Hello, Future Millionaire. We're coming today from a totally different location. Let me switch on the lighting. Forgot the light. Okay, so this place is in the middle of the mountain, Mount Tambourine, in the hinterland of Gold Coast. And the restaurant here is called a Polish Place, so run by Polish people, and they make wonderful food and coffee and stuff like that. I'm just taking a short break here, trying a native coffee, and at the same time, this bring up quite a bit memory from previous lives I had, so to speak. Now, back to Bitcoin Cash. How do I say? All right, the last 4 weeks has been very, very encouraging. However, we need another 65% for another 4 weeks consecutively, so that we get to the $1 million mark for 149 Bitcoin Cash. And I would like to use this opportunity to address all the institutional investors. Just in case you wonder, are you too late to the party? Have you missed out everything? That is not the case at all. In fact, if you look at a technical analysis of the chart, you can see that we have just cleared the 50-day moving average, the 200-day moving average, the golden cross, all the technical indicators that you could be looked for, all have been cleared. Now it's time for blue sky scenario to kick in, and if you look at long short positions, you will see that it's heavily favoring the longs because most people have gone short. Now they're putting back on the long position, and all the shorts they are sitting right now on quite a big loss. And now either they can push it back down and then they can cover, which means another additional buying pressure, or they have to give up, which means they have to buy at any price. So I think the next short squeeze, the next cover, is going to get us to $2,000 per coin. And after 2,000 comes to 4,000. After 4,000, we'll get to 7,000 straight away. So I think this is the multi-stage of a short squeeze happening. At this moment, the short squeeze is still small. However, another 2-3 months down the line, once we clear $3,000 a coin, then the short squeeze pressure is incredibly high. And if you don't know what could happen, just look at AMC and GME. Both shares, the short squeeze has caused billions of losses to the short sellers. And the same thing can happen to Bitcoin Cash as well. And for those who don't trust us, who think Bitcoin Cash is not a good coin, I invite you all to short Bitcoin Cash at this stage, below $1,000. And you probably think $1,000 is the resistance, therefore you should take on a short position right now. I dare you to do that. And just make sure you have your stop losses. Make sure that you actually cover your stop so that you don't carry unlimited losses until you lose the entirety of your money. Just like what happened to some of the hedge funds recently. Some family office, Bill Huang's family office, I think, lost $20 billion in 2 days. That's when you are the wrong side of the trade. Whenever you're on the wrong side of the trade and you're not willing to cover your position, things like that can happen. So same thing with Bitcoin Cash. Whoever is shorting Bitcoin Cash right now, outright or relative to Bitcoin, you have to look out for yourself. So ideally, cover your position and sit on the sideline, or join the party and be part of the greatest Bitcoin of all time. And let's run this thing to $7,000. All right. I'm gonna enjoy my coffee and draw my memories. Hello, Future Millionaire. Here I will continue the video about Bitcoin Cash guidance for the institutional investors. Now, for the institutionals, other than the long short position you have to take care of, one other thing you want to watch out for is the sentiment among the retail investors, because the retailers actually are the one who push the price up and down, because the crowd is controlling the price, not big institutions controlling the price. So what I would recommend you to do is use the instrument like BCHG, the Grayscale Bitcoin Cash ETF, as your instrument of choice, and buy them below cost, because right now they're actually trading below the fair market value, which gives you a unique opportunity to buy into Bitcoin Cash at below the cost of the Bitcoin Cash ETF. This opportunity has existed in Bitcoin ETF since some time. Now, only since recently, Bitcoin Cash ETF is no longer trading at a premium. Instead, we're trading at a heavy discount. You should take this opportunity, buy up as much as you can, because in the future, the same ETF might actually go back to premium again. And the reason I say that is because the equal amount of institutional money, if it enters the Bitcoin space or enter Bitcoin Cash space, has a completely different impact on the entire ecosystem. Think about this way, the Bitcoin space is about 70 times bigger than Bitcoin Cash space. And if it's the same amount of, let's say, $1 billion institutional money enter both ETF, the $1 billion impact on a $12 billion asset class is very different than on a $900 billion asset class. And yet both are interchangeable on the exchanges and both have the same supply, same mining equipment, same whale, Satoshi Nakamoto. Therefore, it is much more logical that you should split your money, put at least half of your money into BTC, another half the money into BCH. In the long term, this is going to give you a fantastic exposure regardless which one of the two is going to go up in price or which one go up faster in price. But you must allocate some part of the money into Bitcoin Cash space so that you don't miss out of the rebalancing of the two coins. So keep that in mind, institutionals. Rebalancing is super important and you want to be ahead of the game. So ideally, if you are daring, put all your crypto allocation into Bitcoin Cash. If you are conservative, half into BTC, half into BCH. If you want to diversify, 25% into BTC, 25% into Ethereum, 50% into Bitcoin Cash. This way you're going to outperform all your peers. You will have a great 3-4 years ahead for your investors to show off your ability to predict the market. You don't need to even to tell them where you got this idea. I'm happy to provide this trading idea for free to you guys. But if you want detailed information, you can contact me and we can work out the plan. Of course, that is a different story. We're working about that in private. I'm already starting to work with some institutionals, but I cannot name any names. Therefore, I can only tell you this. There will be more and more institutional money come into Bitcoin Cash space, and you don't want to be the last one entering this space. Hello, Future Millionaire. I want to show you guys a little bit around. And this place is called Mount Tambourine Mountaintop Village or something along that line. And I don't come here often at all. I'm not a tourist. But today I just happened to be driving through this section. So I thought I might as well make a video about this. And you guys can see we have here a very interesting architecture next to the Greek style building. We have a German style building. So this one is the German style, that one is the Greek style. And then on the other side we have a vineyard. And this is a very nice place. So if you guys are tired of beaches, this is probably the good place for you guys to come to visit. However, if you are only here for a few days, I think just skip it and stay to the beaches. And this is a very interesting place, definitely. Worth checking out. Now back to Bitcoin Cash. So one thing I want you guys to see is that when you're investing in Bitcoin Cash, like myself, I have nothing else now other than Bitcoin Cash. Your life is very calm and easy because what happens here is that you only have one asset class to take care of. So imagine you have a diversified asset class. You have real estate, you have shares, you have crypto, you have all kinds of things. So when you have that, what happens is you have to take care of all of them, which means you need to be careful with all your investment decisions. Imagine you have $100 million, of which 10 million is divided into 10 different asset classes, and then you are working full-time to make sure that every $10 million is performing at the maximum performance. But if you do what I did, put all the money into Bitcoin Cash, what happens is that you just have to make sure that your one asset that you're investing is performing extremely well, because if it does not, then you have to ditch it and move on to your next best asset class. Now for me, why I'm investing in Bitcoin Cash, at the same time, I'm actually always looking at other assets, However, I have sincerely not found anything that is so good that can replace my Bitcoin Cash investment. Therefore, I'm still fully committed to Bitcoin Cash and for its course. Oh, this one's for sale. Look at that. Property for sale. Okay, maybe worthwhile one day. I'll take a look at this one later. But meanwhile, I tell you this, guys, even with $100 million at risk, the reality is if you understand the asset properly, there's not much risk to speak of. The real risk comes in when you don't know what you're investing in. That's the true risk. So I want you to take a lesson away from this, as in diversification is not for the sake of diversification. People diversify because they don't understand what they're investing in. But once you go into a professional level, you definitely will understand what's your part of the investment. Therefore, you definitely wouldn't want to diversify anymore. This is the reason Buffett doesn't diversify. Buffett has more than 50% of his asset in one company, Apple. So think about that way. Apple is basically Berkshire Hathaway. Why is that? Why is that? Think hard about that. So just keep that in mind. Diversification is not a solution to your problem. The real problem is lack of education and lack of understanding of your investment. So in that part, I hope the institutions understand this and you want to focus on the one asset that you truly understand. And if you watch my channel, if you follow my lead, you will understand Bitcoin Cash more than any other crypto in the world, and you will understand we're going to go do 100x from this price, and you're going to do extremely well together with us. All right, that's the conclusion of today's video for institutional investors. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.